Hello, everyone. Yes, so good to see you again. My name is Alex Dwek. I'm the Chief Business Officer of Nas Academy. And today I'm going to talk to you about why you should make your content multilingual. Let's see if this works. Hang on a second. Okay, first, very quickly, a little bit about Nas Academy. So Nas actually means people in Arabic. And Nas Academy was founded by the creators behind Nas Daily, the Facebook channel. And Nas Daily started with a simple idea of making 1-minute videos every day on Facebook. And we made 1,000 videos in 1,000 days. And 1,000 days later, it was amazing to see people all around the world watching our content. From places like Canada, to Malta, to Australia. We reached 15 million followers around the world. However, Nasir's dad was not one of them. Why? Because he speaks Arabic. He does not speak English. And, that was a big moment for us because we were really, we thought about it and we said, well, actually, 80% of the world doesn't speak English. So when you make content in English, you are only speaking to audiences in these countries, here in orange. But when you make your content multilingual, you actually have the ability to reach audiences in all of these countries, here in yellow, around the world. And so at Nas Academy, we believe that distribution is king. And so we decided to do an experiment. We took our English language videos and translated them into 12 different languages, from Arabic to Bahasa to Vietnamese to Thai to Spanish. And to our surprise, after about 2 years, we managed to take our followers from 15 million to 46 million followers around the world. And what was so interesting about that was that actually we now reach 27 million people daily in English, but we also reach 40 million others who don't speak English. And if I just break down the stats here of our non-English channels, 2% of the Arab world follows Nas Daily in Arabic. 2% of the whole of Vietnam, 2 million people, follow Nas Daily Vietnamese. In places like Indonesia, we have 2 million followers, and in Tagalog, we also have another 1 million. And not only was it, the number of people who were watching and following in non-English, but also we were able to increase the supply of meaningful content in non-English. So as an example, this video here on the left was about women's rights in Arabic, reached 9 million views. A piece of content in Indonesia about a photographer with special needs in Bahasa reached 4 million views. And so what we found, what was interesting, was that there is actually a lot of demand in all different languages for meaningful content, but there isn't always the supply of that content in those languages. And so what I wanted to talk to you today was about actually the fact that localization of content is easier than it sounds. And so maybe one of the questions you're asking now is, well, how do you localize? What are the principles behind localization? So what I wanted to share with you today is 5 principles that we follow when we localize our content. So the first one is actually having a localized page. So when people traditionally have thought about localizing their content in different languages, they have thought about taking their same channel and adding, subtitles or an SRT file. What we believe is you need a dedicated localized page. For example, you can see here, the Smile Squad in Arabic. And that allows you to do many, many more things, which I'll describe in the principles below. The second one is localizing the video. So you will have seen there are different ways people localize. Our principle is actually to localize with subtitles. And so the easiest way to do that is simply to get translators to translate your video and add subtitles. What we actually did was we built a technology product called Nas Global, which allows us to auto-transcribe a video, translate, and add subtitles so that you can localize a 3 to 5 minute video in just 10 minutes. The third principle is actually going beyond the video, localizing the thumbnails, the descriptions, the captions. And what that does is that provides very important context to the user about what the content is about and increases the click-through rates and the views. The fourth principle is about localizing the engagement with your content. So we use local moderators in different languages to be able to react, to comment, to engage with the users. And that drives a lot more distribution and also followers as well. And then finally, the fifth principle is localizing your content strategy. It's not just about posting the same video in every single language, but thinking about what content makes sense to that audience, what content is most relatable to that country, to that language, to that culture, and building a posting strategy around that. So what's interesting is that it's not just Nas Academy and Nas Daily that are going global, that are localizing. More and more creators are doing this as well. So we've seen creators from comedy to travel, and even Mr. Beast has been pushing the fact that he's building localized channels. You know, he's built in Spanish and in Russian. Now, in true Mr. Beast style, he took it a step further, and he's actually hired famous actors and actresses to be able to dub his content in Spanish. However, as you'll know, the systems that content creators like Mr. Beast follow aren't necessarily budget-wise available to everyone. And so we've actually found that the most effective is to go with subtitles. So why should you go global, whether you're a brand or you're a content creator? Well, first of all, you can reach more people and you can leave a larger impact. But second of all, you can actually make money. And this is what we see with creators, that there are actually billions of dollars in potential collaborations and partnerships that are waiting to be unlocked if that content is matched with different languages and that creator and those brands are matched together. So ultimately, our philosophy at Nas Academy is that we must ditch the USD and chase the currency that we call VWS, the views. Because we think that a kid, whether they be in Singapore, the US, Egypt, or Vietnam, deserves to understand your content just as much. And we think now is no better time to start. Thank you.